Welcome back, everyone. This is your host, Mike, with a brand new episode of Everyone Wants to Be Like Mike, presented to you by Notorious Pros Radio. Today, I want to get into week one, technically week two of fantasy basketball. All right, Yahoo Fantasy Basketball to be exact, and I want to discuss 5 main topics. The first topic I'll be discussing is the amount of games played by each team this week, so you guys can figure out how to arrange your lineups for the week. Secondly, I'm going to talk about must-add players that are owned in less than 50% of Yahoo leagues and who should be owned at the end of the day by some team or another. Then I want to discuss potential pickups or streamers, all right, drops or near drops, players that are getting to that zone where, you know what, we picked them up early in the draft or sometime in the draft and they're not doing exactly how we wanted to or not performing how we wanted them to do. And lastly, I'm going to talk about injuries and injury updates. Right away, let me start off with the games played, all right? There's only one team this week that's playing 2 games, and that's the Sacramento Kings, all right? And they're playing on a Thursday and Saturday. And basically meaning that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you got free days. So if you got players like Harrison Barnes, or you got players like I don't know, maybe somebody like Davion Mitchell, some players that are not really living up to their expectations, drop them. Move on from them. Pick up a better player that could play that Monday, Wednesday for you. And then if you really want that player back, maybe you'll get him back by Thursday. Maybe you won't. But it won't be such a loss. All right? There are several teams that are playing 3 games this week and several teams that are playing 4. I'm going to start with the 3 gamers. We're going to start with Boston, Charlotte, Washington, Cleveland, Atlanta, Memphis, Portland, New Orleans, the LA Lakers, Toronto, Phoenix, Bucks, Clippers, and OKC Thunder. All right? The teams that are playing 4 games, and there's quite a lot of them, all right, is going to be Houston, Orlando, San Antonio, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver, Brooklyn Nets, Dallas Mavs, Indiana Pacers, Miami, Philadelphia, Chicago, Utah, Golden State, the Knicks, and Detroit. All right? Now, I want to talk about the reason why I'm mentioning the fact that this is week one for us. The reason why we didn't hold the episode last week is because the first week of fantasy basketball is just supposed to be that, the first week. You're supposed to be feeling out your players that you drafted. You're not supposed to be making too many moves, not too many drops, because you might end up, all right, a certain player might not play up to your expectation the first 2 games, but then they get back in their rhythm in the third or in the fourth, and you're going to regret dropping them. That's why in the first week, it's really just an adjustment period, all right? I'm discussing this. It's week 2, but I'm going to be considering it week 1 for that particular reason. All right. Now, in this particular week, there are 3 low volume days. And what I mean by low volume days is that days in which there are not that many games played and great days, which become great days for streaming options. All right. And in this particular case, it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. All right. On the other days, like Monday, Wednesday, okay, Friday especially, there's between 7 to 11 games a day, and you guys are going to have a very difficult time trying to figure out how to set up your lineups, and you might even have 1 or 2 people having to sit on your bench. So that's what we might want to have to avoid. And if you do have some end of the bench players that you want to drop to pick somebody up to fill in on those Tuesdays and Thursdays or Saturday days, be my guest. Okay? Now, let's talk about must-add players for now that are under 50% owned, okay? I want to start off with my man Royce O'Neal, okay, from the Brooklyn Nets. All right? He's starting right now, all right, playing next to Kevin Durant, playing next to Kyrie, Ben Simmons, and Claxton. Now, I know Joe Harris just is healthy again, and honestly, I don't see how Joe Harris could take that starting job away from Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal is a stocks machine, all right? And I see him really, he fits perfectly in that spot. Next to Kevin Durant, next to Kyrie, next to Ben Simmons, he fits perfectly there, all right? And there's not that much defense going around, so somebody like Royce O'Neal is a very, very good player to have on your team. Yes, he might not produce 15 points. He might not produce a crazy amount of rebounds, but he has an all-around line pretty much every single game, all right? And that's what you usually look for, and he doesn't hurt you anywhere. So add him. Add him. Why is he on the waiver wire? Add him, all right? Next up, I'm going to talk about Containous Caldwell Pope, KCP, all right, from the Denver Nuggets. Also, starting Nod, all right, as a shooting guard, all right. He's getting over 30 minutes a game, all right, and he might not be playing phenomenally, but in the last 3 games, he has been playing well, playing in double digits. He's been he had 6 threes the last game that he played, and in yesterday's game, yes, he had a little bit of an off shooting night, but he still got his steal. He got a good 5 assists. He got you a 3-pointer. So he's the type of guy that you don't want to leave on a waiver. He's going to be getting those minutes. He's going to be getting the ball past him, and he's going to be shooting. So. And on top of that, he's also like a 3-and-D wing type of player. He's going to get you some stocks, some steals, even a block or so a game. You never know. But with him, you're definitely guaranteed to get steals and 3-pointers. That's a guaranteed fact. You should be definitely holding on to him. Grant Williams, all right? With Robert Williams out. Grant Williams is a great player. He's been his first 3 games. He was phenomenal. He basically shot perfectly from field goal percentage. It was his last game where he actually got ejected, and yes, his stats didn't really show much. But that's only because he's ejected. Do not panic. Don't drop him. Hold on to him at least until Robert Williams come back, and even then, wait to see what happens. Because Grant Williams fits very, very, very well with the Boston Celtics, and he's been helping them win. They lost for the first time yesterday, and that was the game that he got ejected. So it shows you a lot on what Grant Williams does for the team. All right. Next, I want to talk about somebody who might not be in the must-own territory just yet, but Larry Nance. All right. Zion, unfortunately, got into an unfortunate little accident in his last game, all right? He fell straight on his back, right? It looked pretty bad, all right? I'm not exactly entirely sure how long he'll be out, but he's definitely out for Tuesday's game, all right? So a player like Larry Nance is going to be taking the minutes, and in the last game, when Zion went out, Larry Nance finished with 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. It's a great line, all right? And if he's going to be starting, he's the type of player that could produce you. He could produce blocks, steals. He's an all-around type of player. So don't leave him on the waiver wire. We don't know what might happen with Zion. Zion comes back, be my guest, drop him, but don't leave him on the waiver wire. All right. Next player I want to talk about is Max Strus. All right. Max Strus, yes, he's strictly a 3-point shooter. He will get you points. He'll get you 3-pointers. Yes, that's very true, and he doesn't really do much all around. But, all right, he's going to be running that second unit. Oladipo is out right now with a knee injury. Jovic, okay, is out with suspension. Caleb Martin is out with suspension. And even so, before, all right, the minutes were still going to Strus. Duncan Robinson was not getting them. All right. So even when Strus moves back to the second unit, I still see Strus putting up his three-pointers a game. You know, yeah, he will have one night off. He's gonna have field goal percentage issues. We all know that. But you know what? It's somebody that you can't take a chance with. Somebody that you should just take just for the 3-pointers if you need them. All right. Now, everybody undervalues this normal player, and this happens every single year. I don't know why, but guys, take a look at Patrick Beverley. Why is he only 25% owned in Yahoo leagues? It does not make sense to me. The guy in 3 games has produced 7 steals and 6 blocks. Okay? Yes, he might not be putting up 20 points. His field goal percentages might ruin you. But if you're in a punt field goal type of build team, he's a perfect fit on your team, and he's the type of player that will produce. Not to mention, let's not forget how Russell Westbrook is playing right now, all right? He's not starting anymore, all right? He's basically like, you know, kids cover years. He is shit, all right? Complete shit. He's garbage. The Russell Westbrook that we knew is gone, all right? And LeBron James doesn't even want to be playing next to him anymore in the starting lineup. So Patrick Beverley will be getting that nod, okay? And he will be producing. He might hurt your field goal percentages, like I said, but with a punt field goal team, again, he's a perfect fit. All right. I want to talk about Nick Richards from the center from the Charlotte Hornets. Okay. Yes, Mason Plumlee's starting, but Nick Richards looks like the type of guy that's going to take over. All right. He's been putting up a great amount of points, a great amount of defensive stance, and he's been putting up a lot of rebounds. So if you need a big man, I'm telling you right now, grab him. All right. I want to also talk about Lonnie Walker. He's the only real shooter on the Lakers. The only real shooter on the Lakers, okay? He's the only one that's going to rack up points. He's going to rack up those threes. He'll give you a steal or two a game, maybe a couple rebounds, okay? On more or less good percentages, all right? They're going to have him out there because he's one of the few players that they have that actually shoots, and they need him there. So his minutes are going to be there, without a doubt. So pick him up, see what happens. If by next week, you don't like what you see, again, you could drop him, all right? I want to talk about Trey Murphy, all right? Brandon Ingram is down right now. Herb Jones is down right now. Zion is down right now, all right? And even with Brandon Ingram in the game, Trey Murphy has had a great first 3-4 games, and he has been playing amazing, and he's not somebody that you should leave on the waiver. Yes, maybe when Ingram comes back, Herb Jones comes back, Zion comes back, his minutes will drop. Okay, you don't know what might happen, okay? He's been getting those minutes with all those players, all right, still in the game, and he was playing with the second unit marvelously. So just hold on to him, see what happens. I'm telling you, you won't regret it, all right? Now, I'm Olenek. I'm going to talk about he's owned in more than 50% of leagues after today, but he's not somebody that should be on the waiver. I don't care if he has field goal percentage issues, if he has shooting issues. I do not care. The guy should be owned. He is the starting center for the Utah Jazz, all right? They are going to play him as much as they can, and there's no way he should be on any waiver wire, period. Simple, all right? Someone that popped up recently on my list is Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross is going to be amazing this year. We don't got Jonathan Isaac over there. We don't got, okay, Jalen Suggs just got injured, all right? Terrence Ross is going to be getting a lot of time. He's going to be putting up those threes, those points. He'll get you a steal a game or two, and he'll be doing it on good percentages. Yeah, he'll have an awful night or two sometimes, but that's fine. Pick him up. You won't regret it. I've had him before in the past, and he always does the same thing. He knows what he does, and he does it well. He shoots threes, and he gets your points, and he'll get you a steal or two a game. Very simple. All right? Now, somebody that I'm very, very big on, and people might have slept on him, but let me tell you, look at my man Bobo, all right? In the last 3 games, 4 games now, all right, he has had 4 blocks in 2 of them, 3 blocks and 1 block. So he has accumulated 11 blocks, 10 to 11 blocks in a matter of 4 games. That is absolutely impeccable, all right? He's doing it on 15 to 20 minutes a game. And his last game, all right, he's finally, and every single game, he's getting more and more minutes. And right now, even with the amount of minutes that he's getting in the 18 minutes, 20-minute category, he's already showing top 50 numbers. He should not be on the waiver wire. He's not somebody that should be on the waiver wire. Mo Bamba, get him out of here. Throw his ass out, drop him. Do not hold on to him. The guy's not going to be getting minutes next to Paolo. He's not going to be getting minutes next to Wendell Carter. I'm telling you, just get him out of there. Mamba is done. I'm sorry, but Mo got to go. All right. I want to talk about Ayo Dosunmu real quick. All right. A lot of people have speculated about him. Oh, yeah, is he a possible drop? And I've actually heard this. A couple of my friends asked. I've heard this on social media. Should I drop Ayo? Should I drop Ayo for this guy? For this guy? Why are you dropping Ayo? Okay, Zach LaVine came back 2 games ago, all right, and everybody was worried about Zach LaVine taking the point guard spot, all right, or Alex Caruso taking the point guard spot, all right, but that didn't happen. Ayo in those last 2 games, all right, had 27 minutes and 34 minutes since Zach LaVine got back, all right, and he's been putting on great numbers. So, again, if you drop him, do it at your own risk. Now, these few players are going to be somewhere in the middle for me between must-add and potential streamers or potential pickups, okay? We're talking about Evan Fournier, Walker Kessler, and Mitchell Robinson. Now, look, with Mitchell Robinson, I get it. There's a lot of frustration going around him. Yes, he's not getting enough rebounds. He's not getting enough playing time. But still, all right, he's getting you your blocks. He's getting you your points. Defensive stats. He's getting you your rebounds, and he's doing it on great percentages, on almost nearly perfect percentages. So he's not hurting you anywhere. He's legitimately not hurting you. Why wouldn't you have a player on your team that doesn't hurt you as opposed to somebody that could hurt you in a field goal percentage category, free throw percentage category? He's the type of guy type of center who doesn't take free throws, all right? Doesn't take many free throws, so he's not going to ruin those percentages. Why not hold on to him, all right? It doesn't make sense. I know Isaiah Hartenstein is taking minutes, but still, they're splitting them nonetheless. And Mitchell Robinson's going to be in there. Unless he gets injured, I don't see why people would be dropping him. Okay? Now to Evan Fournier, right? Look, he's somewhere in the middle for me because he had a lot of issues last year with the Knicks, and it's kind of showing this year too. But it seems like he's getting some rhythm. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you're at your end of the bench guy to be Evan Fournier, you could do a lot worse. You could really do a lot worse. So if you really don't have anybody in your waiver wire, you see Evan Fournier, grab him up. Grab him up if you have somebody drop. And lastly, Walker Kessler. All right. People are dropping him because Kelly Olynyk is starting. But you guys not understanding, Walker Kessler and Kelly Olynyk are two totally different players. Kelly Olynyk is the type of center who shoots. He knows how to rebound. He knows how to steal. But he's not a blocker. He's not how's it called, in the paint type of player. Okay? Walker Kessler is not going to be affected by him because he's going to be playing in the paint. He's going to be doing things that Kelly Olynyk cannot do. He's going to be blocking. And I think that as the season progresses, Walker Kessler is going to be getting the starting nod, and I think that he's somebody that everyone should be holding on to. All right, let's move on to potential pickups. All right, Derek White, it's a maybe for me right now. He's doing well, okay, more or less with Robert Williams out, and you know the ejection yesterday with Grant Williams. So he's been playing pretty well. People are holding on to him, but so hold on to him, see what happens, and when Robert Williams comes back, also, you know, just weigh your options, you know, thoroughly. Right, Usman Garuba is a possible pickup right now. All right, we got Bruno Fernando out, we got Tate out. Okay, we got Şengün out. Okay, so Usman Garuba, I like him. All right, in the last game he put up 4 steals alone. All right, yeah, he might not put a 10 rebounds, 10 points, but he did on good percentages, and more or less, he looks like the type of guy that could play. But my problem with Houston is the same thing like last year. Are they going to do something like they did with Daniel Tice, playing Daniel Tice over Şengün, or over the time of the season they're going to be start doing the same exact thing? It's going to be a real problem for players like Terry Eason and for players for Garuba. So you know, they're potential pickups. All right. Now, Plumlee, I spoke about. Also, if you need a big, he's a type of big that can get you some assists, some rebounds, some points, maybe a steal or a block a game. Also, somebody at the end of the bench to have a center, great somebody to pick up. All right. I want to talk about Dennis Smith Jr. right now. Okay, Dennis Smith Jr. is arguably one of the best defensive point guards in the league, no doubt about it. All right. And in the last 2 games that LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier have been out, he has been playing phenomenal. So in that time, please pick him up. Do not let him slide. All right. Don't let him slide. All right. Lastly, I want to talk about my man Dillon Brooks. Now, he's in the middle for me. Dillon Brooks shouldn't be somebody you should be holding on to, because I don't see him next to Desmond Bane and John Moran emerge. That's it. It's not Dillon Brooks' team. He's going to be throwing up, chucking up shots, ruining your percentages, and I just don't see what else he could produce for you. All right? Let's move on to drops. All right, Terry Eason is in that drop territory. Okay, if we don't start seeing minutes going up and Silas doing something with that team and actually letting Terry Eason play, then he's going to be a drop. Same thing. Kuminga is a drop. Harrison Barnes, drop. Get him the hell out of here while you're holding on to him. Tim Hardaway Jr., get him out of here. Covington, also. Dorian Finney-Smith. All right. I don't understand why he's 50% owned when he's the type of player that sometimes he shouldn't even be streamed most of the time. All right. Simple as that. Bamba, like I said, get him out of here. Bones Highland. All right. He's not playing that great. Get him out of here. All right. Patrick Williams, Will Barton. Okay. Emmanuel Quickly. All right, we're talking about Obi Toppin. Okay, these 2 players, I do not trust Tom Thibodeau, okay, with the Knicks. All right, he's not going to be playing them that well. Yeah, they're going to have one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. You're not going to know where to go with those 2. All right. Herb Jones is another person that's in droppable area, okay? He's good steal streamer, but you know what? He's not in that rotation like he was last year. He's not going to be doing as much with Zion back, with everybody back. So just watch out with Herb Jones, all right? John Conchar should be gone. Dillon Brooks, yes, he's back. John Conchar, the time with him is over. I'm getting a bit worrisome about my man Colin Sexton, okay? Colin Sexton is getting under 20 minutes a game, all right? He's not playing that well, and if that's going to be the case, he's the type of player that needs the ball in his hands, okay? If he's not getting more minutes, he's not worth the hold, all right? Now, talk about a couple of injuries, all right? And I'm going to talk about them really quick. They're not really that important. Darius Garland should be back real soon. Ingram should be back real soon after his concussion. Miles Turner is going to be back real soon in a game or two. All right, Terry Rozier also, and I think Scotty Barnes should be back soon as well. So don't panic and don't be dropping them. Okay, please, just don't drop them. Okay. Thank you for listening, everyone. Shout out to Notorious Pools clothing line. All right, please check us out on Instagram. We got all the best merch, get-ups, clothing, and we absolutely would love you guys to take a look at it. All right, we appreciate your support, and if you didn't know about it, now you do, and the people that do know about it, we appreciate once again your support. If it ain't Notorious, I don't want it. Have a good day, everyone.